Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Oakland Raiders. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Steps away. Spins past him, finding room at the 30. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Drake. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
There we go, D. That's right. Hey, check 24, check 24.
To throw on second down, Chase. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Philly, here we go. Detroit! Hot!
From the gun, Chase. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll run it here. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. James has got it. Complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And James has it. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. White 90. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll make it third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Hey, boys, we got four down. Here we go. Ohio!
They'll look to throw here. Cooper's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Dolphins have got it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Leopard!
Drake will start the drive on the ground. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. 3-19.
On the give, this is Drake. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Back to throw. Chase. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Switch. Gone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff for Drake. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Detroit!
He'll He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's go. What? 90. What? 90. Hey.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Ohio. Flex round. Hey.
Back to throw now on first down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Flex round.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's taken down inside the 30. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Hey.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On third down, it's Lamb, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Dolphins have got it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Chase. And he comes back with one complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. A final shot before break. Chase escaping the pressure right. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Chase. Flushed out right. Powers through. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Gun! From the gun, Chase. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Chase. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Watch him now, Barney!
Check. Crunch.
Off play action. Chase. On the move to his left. And that's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. The kick by Sanders is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
With a 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Key 8, key 8.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw here. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Bryant with a catch right side. And he slips up past the... before being tackled. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Tight on the right. Tight on the right. You got three. Three down. Three down. Out. Out.
Ohio! Ohio! Mike 18. Mike. Flex round! Flex round!
And they'll go on the ground. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Out. 3 down.
Looking to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in...
And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll run with Drake. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one will be accepted.
We got three. Three down. Hey, Sean, we got 3. Let's go. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Operating from the gun. Chase. He goes underneath the Drake. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Chase, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go! White 90!
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true, that's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Raiders on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
Check.
Flex round. Flex round.
They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
We got 3, fellas.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here short. At the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, Chase. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, fourth quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Chase. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So out come the Raiders. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.